Good afternoon and welcome to all of those that are in attendance thus far. We're going to give it a couple of minutes just to allow everybody to come through and get themselves all sorted out. We'll get started in just a minute. Right, it seems like we have leveled off. Good afternoon and welcome to the Red and Yellow Virtual Open Day. My name's Ashley Young. I'm the head of sales here at Red and Yellow and thrilled with this opportunity to give you a glimpse into what makes us an incredible institution. Some of the quick house rules is if you have any questions during the presentation itself, please use the Q&A function to ask those questions. And of course, right at the end, we'll have the opportunity to address any questions that you may have. But please feel free to pop those through at any stage throughout the presentation. If you do get disconnected from Zoom in any way, shape, or form, simply rejoin on the original link, and you'll be able to pick up the conversation. The session is recorded, so don't worry if you do miss anything. And if you do have any questions that we don't answer, we'll of course be able to engage with you through any of our platforms. You're welcome to give any of the career advisors a call, and we can discuss any of those particular questions that you may have if we don't get to them in today's session. We will also be sharing the recording with you via email post today's session, as well as a copy of the slides that will also be presented. So with that, we'll get into the quick agenda for today. And the agenda that we'll be covering, we'll look at why Red and Yellow. We'll look at some of our agency and industry associations. We'll look at our incredible partnerships, and finally look at the online offerings that we do have across our online qualifications, as well as then our online short courses and micro course offerings. Then we will of course have that Q&A session, which I mentioned at the end. So feel free to send any of those questions through at any stage. So why Red and Yellow? Red and Yellow is arguably one of the largest feeders of talented change makers, innovators, and innovators to the creative industry. We've built an incredible reputation over the last 29 years, almost 30 years. Later this year is our 30th birthday. We also form part of the Honoris United Universities, or the Honoris Network, which is a consortium of African educational universities and institutions. And as part of this network, it gives us the opportunity to offer online digital marketing courses and qualifications in areas like Mauritius, Nigeria, and more recently Tunisia, and we're trying a couple of other African countries at the same time. So really exciting in terms of how we're able to branch out into the broader African continent and make an impact. We were born from the need to really look at ensuring talented, work-ready graduates moving into industry. And this need was ultimately recognized by three industry legends, as I call them, being Brian, Bob, and Alan, who you can see on screen at the moment. As legends do, they really wanted to disrupt the marketing and advertising landscape to develop incredible future creative leaders. And with that concept for Red and Yellow, we were founded in a small office in Ogilvy, where we've ultimately come a really long way in the 30 years since our inception. But their passion is without a doubt the force behind the fusion of commercial logic and the creative magic, which is the ethos in what Red and Yellow is really founded on. And nothing really displays that fusion any better than the image that we have on screen at the moment. And as an education organization and company, we are responsible for fusing creative logic and creative magic, or at least commercial logic and creative magic. And we believe that through our programs, logic and magic come together to test you in the most meaningful and insightful ways. We believe that the most important skills of the future will cover things like creative thinking, coupled with the soft skills that make us human and individuals at the end of the day. Tomorrow's challenges really require this creative thinking, but today. So that's really one of the ethoses and elements that we really believe in. And our mission is really to teach these leaders of tomorrow, as well as then equipping the current leaders with the skill sets of tomorrow, or the skills needed for that of the future and tomorrow. Um, we really focus on really providing the innovators, the creators, and the change makers with the most relevant and up-to-date skills to make a meaningful impact and create magic. As many of you may know, Red and Yellow is the authority when it comes to digital marketing. And in fact, we wrote the textbook. The e-marketing, the essential guide for marketing in the digital world, is our coveted textbook. And the textbook is ultimately revised regularly, and to date has over 1 million downloads, and is a prescribed textbook at hundreds of universities from around the world. It's if you're studying anything that is e-marketing related, it's likely to have some influence or be influenced directly by our textbook. We are, which I think this is a really exciting component. We're trusted by industry and have an extensive agency network of over 100 agencies across the continent. And as a result, we're able to put together real life business challenges for our students through things like brand challenges, which you get involved in either studying full time on campus as well as some of our online offerings, which we'll cover a little bit later. We also provide our students with the unique opportunities to learn from industry through feedback sessions on their work. Students also benefit from regular guest lecturers or guest lectures, which is available on online modes too, where industry leaders, creative entrepreneurs, and influential figures present at those guest lectures or and give you the opportunity to engage with them. This exposes you to those fresh approaches, a number of the current as well as relevant business challenges that are in the environment at the moment, as well as then exposure to the latest thinking of what's happening on the ground in different industries. We've partnered with some incredible brands. These include the likes of the Luries, Masa, Adobe, the One Club, the Interactive Advertising Bureau, Project Management Institute, as well as the CMO Council, and as well as Nedbank IMC. And these are just a couple of the partners that we do have. And these partnerships are really meaningful for us to make deep impact in the education environment, and working closely with those industries to understand where there's different opportunities to ensure that we're future-proofing the skills for tomorrow. Then in terms of Red and Yellow, one of the exciting components that we'd really like to highlight, and this is just one of the awards that we or accolades we received last year, is we were the #1 school at the Luries, which is a really incredible boasting opportunity for us at the end of the day. The Luries are incredible. It's an incredible award to win in the first place, and then to be ranked the #1 school at the Luries is really exciting for us. Then let's take a look at our online offering. And what we'll have a look at today is we'll look at our online, our part-time, as well as our distance qualifications. We will, of course, then also touch on our micro as well as short courses, and those also on the online mode of delivery. So the first point of call, I suppose, is looking at the online qualifications. And you may ask, well, why an online qualification? Well, our qualifications are designed to help anyone looking at a distance mode of study. So that is really important. And what that really means is that as working professionals, you're not always happy or have the ability to quit your job and study full time. So the online mode or the distance mode of study really gives you that opportunity. And what we really see is that working professionals are looking for a few different components when considering an online qualification. These would be like you're either looking at that next opportunity or next step in your career. You're looking to validate a particular skill set that you've gained over a period of time, but never really had a formal qualification to back that, or and ultimately just looking for that formal education or formal qualification at the end of the day. As I mentioned, majority of working professionals can't quit their job and go back to studies full time. And luckily, with online and part-time and distance qualifications, you don't need to. If you are considering an online qualification, my personal recommendation is to get in contact with one of our career advisors. They will have a conversation that pertains specifically to you and your circumstances around how you would like to study and what it is that you're looking for in your career. And that sort of one-on-one consultation will map out what is the best route for you to go in terms of the next qualification or the next steps to apply. They'll also run you through things like the cost breakdowns for courses. We do have things like monthly fee options or monthly payment options that you can choose for the full length qualifications, and then things like 3 and 6 month terms, which you can have a look at. And then we've also got funding, and we've partnered historically with a number of different funding institutions, Student Hero, as well as then things like your Capitec Education Finance, one of the other partners that we're looking at that we have. And then of course we have our own funding mechanisms too, which you can look at things like debit orders and different terms of payment. Then looking at a little bit more closely at the different qualifications which we do offer, the first ones I'm going to really highlight here is the national certificate options. These are NQF5 or NQF6 programs. They are offered in and of course the online delivery mode, but they're offered over a 12 to 18 month period, dependent on the program that you're looking at pursuing. What they do require for the most part is at least a minimum of a matric certificate. All of them except for the business analytics program, which is actually an NQF6 a 6 line program, meaning that you would need to have at least an NQF5 qualification to be able to enter that program. These programs are of course CETA programs, and in their current format will be presented for the last time in June of this year. So if you are considering a national certificate program, they're highly in demand and definitely something that I would recommend getting your application in as soon as possible. Your application would of course need to be in by at least the 15th of June, and then classes do kick off from the 24th. But just to really highlight those programs, we have our national certificate in advertising, specializing in digital marketing. We then have the national certificate in creating digital content. And then, of course, the national certificate in user-centered design. And then finally, the business analytics national certificate, which is that NQF6 program. Then taking a look at the advanced diploma options, which we do have, these are typically part-time programs, and they're offered over a 2-year time period. All except the advanced diploma in digital marketing program have a compulsory. That program has the compulsory immersion, where the others don't require those, and that happens typically on campus at Red and Yellow each year. And the programs that I'm going to highlight here is the advanced diploma in marketing and advertising communication. The next intake for that program is in February 2025, and then our advanced diploma in user-centered design. That also the next intake for that is February 2025, and then our advanced diploma in copywriting, which is an incredible program that will also be taking place next in February 2025. Those applications are open. So if you would like to submit an application for those programs, feel free to do so. We can then give you an early outcome and allow you to plan for your academic journey in 2025. Then the advanced diploma in digital marketing. This program, the next intake for that is actually taking place in July of this year. So if you would like to join us for a mid-year intake for the advanced diploma in digital marketing, applications for that are open. You can engage with any of the career advisors. They'll give you everything you need in terms of the application support that you may require. Of course, it will also then run again in February of 2025. Then all of the options, they do require at least an NQF level 6 to enter the program. If you don't have an NQF level 6 program, of course, the national certificates could be the substitute for that as part of your learning journey towards pursuing an advanced diploma, which is an NQF level 7 program. Then looking at the distance qualification, which we do have, and that is our I want to say exciting new because it's still relatively new and fresh in the red and yellow context for the distance mode of delivery. It's a program we've very successfully run on campus over the last several years, and had some incredible graduates moving through that program. We decided to look at pushing this program over to the distance mode. It is offered over either a 3, 4, or 6 year period. So really a BCom, specifically in marketing. There are some very interesting and important nuances to bring up here. This program does require at least a matric with a bachelor's pass, and you would also need to have either have done pure maths and achieved at least a result of 50% for pure maths, or if you had taken maths literacy, at least achieving a mark of 65% for that. And of course, 50% for English is the requirement for this program. All of your subjects, in terms of looking at your AP score, would need to at least be an equivalent of 26, and that excludes things like life orientation. So all of the remaining subjects would need to at least give you a score of an AP score of 26, which is really the sum of all of the results. So if you got 50%, it would give you a 4 for that particular result, and you add up those particular subjects. One of the other elements which is really important to note with regards to the BCom marketing is the modules themselves are offered in concurrently to those of the modules that are offered on campus. And what that means is that you would need to write things like exams and tests at the same time as the students that are pursuing the program full time on campus. So that's something to note, that for anyone that is a working professional, just making sure that you have those allowances, engaging with your organization or your direct line managers, so that they're informed of what that learning journey looks like for you. And of course, that's always a nice thing to have their support in your learning journey too. Then looking at our micro courses, and these are really exciting new courses that we've introduced during the course of this last year. And the micro courses themselves are what they essentially offer are quick snippets into the environment that gives you a tangible bite-sized element to engage with, and those elements can be used with for the most part can be used in an immediacy perspective, where you can take that learning and apply it in any of the context, very similar to that of our short courses, but the micro courses are offered over a significantly shorter period of time, either being a 2 or a 3 week program, and that would require something like 5 or 6 hours a week for you to engage with the particular content. So really focus on some of the exciting components, and just to look at those micro programs. Here we have you'll see an extensive array of AI focused programs. So things like AI for design, AI for copywriting, AI for educators, and I'll highlight another point on that in a sec. AI for management insights, and then of course AI for user experience. We do of course have the responsible advertising and the ARB, Advertising Regulatory Bureau. And then just to go back onto what I was saying with the AI for educators, I do know that there are a few educators on today's webinar. So just really want to highlight the fact that our AI for educators is something we're doing something really exciting with at the moment. Sec. A really exciting component here is that the AI for Educators micro course is actually available for free to anybody that is an educator at the moment. And this is just really the opportunity for us to help the education environment to deal with AI and how they can incorporate that into the classroom to ensure that they're using the most cutting edge ideas and ways of teaching and learning within the classroom. So if you are a teacher or an educator and would like to take advantage of that course, please feel free to reach out to us or to one of the career advisors. On the AI for Educator page on the website, there is also some more details for you. Then we've got our short courses, and our short courses, they're broken up into for the purpose of this presentation, they're broken up into design, marketing, and then of course our creative leadership courses. And short courses ultimately are designed in such a way that you're upskilled in just as short as 5 weeks up to 15 weeks, depending on really the course that you're looking at. They have no requirements for entry, but it is recommended that you at least have a matric or a matric level, same level qualification as a matric. Our courses are our course design, at least, it really breaks it down into it takes incredible complex content and breaks those down into bite-sized units and modules. And those, what it does is it really takes the latest pedagogical approaches and applies that in the learning methods and the teaching models which we use, and that creates an incredible learning experience and a learning journey throughout the program, giving you these bite-sized chunks of information that you can digest and apply to any assessments or any of the assignments or quizzes and elements that you may engage with. And those the key component here is you'll engage with a number of different types of content. So things like videos to course notes to discussions, assignments, and assessments that you would need to submit. From a personal perspective, over the last 8 years, I've personally done over 15 online short courses, and for me, it's been an incredible learning gain. It's given me insights into different components of my professional career, which I I may have not engaged with previously. And the key component for that is for me is around lifelong learning, and how do I personally equip myself with new skill sets and new learnings that challenges me both intellectually, but also at the same time challenges my creativity and ensures that I'm trying different things and updating my skill sets on a regular basis. As I mentioned, the courses themselves are broken down into three main focal areas, namely being design, marketing, and creative leadership. And we'll take a look at the bouquet of courses under those different categories. So the first one is our design courses, and I'm not going to name each and every single one of them, but I will call out a few of them that are really, they're all incredible courses, but these are just namely a couple of them that I'd like to call out. Things like the graphic design for beginner and intermediate courses, really popular and exciting programs or courses in sort of the design space, user experience, the digital content and copywriting course, design thinking as well as service design. Really exciting. All of these are really exciting courses in the design space. Then looking at our marketing courses, things like the digital marketing as well as the digital marketing professional course is a nice pathway for those of you in the digital marketing or marketing environments that are looking to number one, get a good understanding of the environment, and then sort of move towards that professional certification with the digital marketing professional course. Courses like social media, we've got data analysis for marketers, marketing strategy, as well as performance marketing. So anything in the marketing environment that you're looking at or engaging with as a marketing professional, there's a bouquet of offerings that we can definitely plug any of the particular needs or upskill you on some of the components that are really cutting edge and new in those particular environments. Then our creative leadership courses, we have a couple of different options here, and highlighting things like the account leadership course is a really good one. People management, project management, and I think in any professional context, project management is such an important component, and it is something that oddly is negated in a lot of teaching and learning in a number of qualifications and what have you. So if you're dealing with large projects or looking at different components, the project management course is a wonderful opportunity for that. We have sales and account management, and then of course operational thinking, and then the management development program, which is it's actually the key call out for this program is it specifies or specifically looks at agency leadership. The course is quite a lengthy one; it is 6 months in length. But a really exciting course for any of those looking at that management development within the agency or agency leadership context. Then we have some exciting new courses and programs that are on the cards that are in development and available for download of the prospectuses on our website. These courses They include the cutting edge customer experience course. This is a 12-week course, and really focused toward more from a customer experience perspective, from a management or a management tier, or somebody aspiring to move into a management tier. Then of course we have the customer service course, which is focused more toward the individuals that are at directly engaging with your customers, or supporting your customers in their purchasing journey, or whatever it may be. They're there. This course is ultimately will help them upskill and ensure that they're thinking about their customer service from the best possible angles. The sustainable marketing course. This is really, I suppose, an important component in any context is sustainability, and we've put together a sustainable marketing course, which is cutting edge, thinking about how in the marketing environments we can be as sustainable as possible, from all looking at it from all different angles, not just a corporate social responsibility or being a green organization. Then we've got website design, which is one of our newest courses in terms of the offering, and that of course looking at the design component for web development or website design. So thinking of all the critical nuances that will need to be included in that. Then some important things to highlight. I suppose we're getting to a little bit more of the business end around any Q&As that you may have. How do you get in touch? And I think the important component here is we've got a multifaceted approach to how you can engage with us. I suppose the quickest way to do that would be to pick up the phone and give us a call, or ultimately drop us through an email or send us through a WhatsApp, and we can engage with you through that platform. The WhatsApp QR is available on screen if you would like to engage with us. But yeah, contact us on any of those components. We are going to move over to questions. So if you've got those questions that are ready to go in the Q&A, and I see a few of them have already come through, I am going to call upon one of our seasoned team leaders, Stephan Hill, who will come on screen in just a sec, and he'll assist with dealing with a couple of the different questions. I know you've heard my voice quite a lot throughout the presentation. He'll add another flavor to it, and it has dealt with a number of our corporate clients, as well as individuals looking to upskill across all of our different programs. So Steph, if you don't mind coming on screen, and then I will stop sharing and we'll move into some of those Q&As. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Very informative. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see so many people in attendance. As Ashley mentioned, I am Stephan, and I'm the team lead for the online sales team. Let's jump straight into a few questions. Shiva wanted to know the difference between the digital marketing EQF7. What's the difference between a 2-year and a 3-year course? So at the moment, the advanced diploma in digital marketing specifically runs for 2 years. We don't have a 3-year option. That's over a 2-year period. That specifically focuses on digital marketing, and it's at advanced diploma level in EQF7. The only 3-year course or program that we offer would be the BCom marketing program that is offered on a 3-year, 4-year, or 6-year option. Okay, so those are the options we have available. If you do have any more questions around digital marketing with advanced diploma in digital marketing or any of the other digital marketing offerings, as mentioned before, please reach out to your career advisor, or you can contact us on the contact information that was sent on the chat earlier. There was another question earlier, she might have jumped off already, just with regards to whether this will be recorded. Yes, it will. We will be sending you guys a copy of the recording via email as well. Awesome. What's the total cost of the digital marketing advanced diploma? Good question. So currently, we're looking at a total cost. This is for the entire program over 2 years, not per year. It's 64,500 Rand. How that's broken up is into the registration fee of 4,500 Rand. That's only due once you are accepted onto the program, and that's only due once. And then tuition fee would be 60,000 Rand. That's for the full duration. We, of course, do have payment plan options for that. So we can obviously incorporate that into a monthly payment system. Again, any questions you have, please contact your career advisor or give us a call, pop us a WhatsApp. We'll be more than happy to get in touch.
If I do see there's another question with regards to the application items or that would be required for applications. Can you give us some insight into what that looks like?
Of course. Great question. So let's start with the NQF5. I'll break it up. Anything from an NQF5 to an NQF6 level, right? Generally, for NQF5, you'll need an application form that will need to be completed, but entry requirements is the minimum of matric. So you'll need a matric certificate. For the NQF5s, we don't look at scoring like we do, or your actual grades per subject like we do with our BCom. So you just need to have passed matric, and that should gain you, well, that should allow you to apply for the national certificate. So we'll need an application form completed, a certified copy of your matric certificate, a certified copy of your ID or passport, and then, just an updated CV. Once we get that in, we should get an answer on your application within 3 working days, business days. And then, should you be accepted, we then start the registration and enrollment process from there. We have another question. What type of certificate will I receive after completion of a short course in digital content and copywriting? Great question. So should you pass the course successfully? So when I say successfully, you need to obtain a pass mark of 50% and above in order for you to be successful. You will then receive a certificate of completion from Red and Yellow, which will, of course, have our stamp of approval on there. All of you guys are probably fans of Red and Yellow for quite some time already. So you know the importance of having that, that stamp of approval from Red and Yellow. So the course is designed, all of our short courses specifically is designed to equip you with the skill, to get you work ready, to ensure that you're able to implement what you're learning. And that certificate will just back that up as well. Okay. Hi, is there a specific subject that I must have for digital marketing? So when it comes to the short courses, no, not specifically. Outside of the other 2 short courses which we have, which is the introductory as well as the intermediate courses, no real requirements needed. And this goes for any of our short courses, really. But if you're looking at the professional course, it is aimed at a more experienced individual. When we say experienced, we mean specifically within the marketing space. So generally, we aim at individuals that have, a degree in marketing or at least have some skin in the game. So 3 years, 4 years plus within digital marketing. That being said, nobody else, anybody can apply for it, but at Red and Yellow, we want to make sure that the course that you choose is specifically fit for you, that it can get you to where you need to be. And if you are kind of new to digital marketing, we will suggest you starting out with the intermediate and working up. Okay. When it comes to the qualifications, as I said earlier, no real subject that you need to have in order to apply for the national certificate in digital marketing. In the advanced diploma, you would need a minimum of an NQF6 to apply, but we don't look at subjects again. What we will, however, do is test you on the, give you a little skills test just to grasp your understanding on digital marketing. And this is really the same application process as the national certificate or the national NQF5. The only difference is the one is a skills test, and you need a minimum of an NQF6. Great. Does the BCom marketing degree hold more weight compared to the advanced diploma in digital marketing? And it's also NQF7. So they are both NQF7, 100%, right? The advanced diploma is NQF7 as well as the BCom marketing degree, right? When you ask about does it carry a bit more weight? It all depends on the trajectory your career is taken, right? If you're looking to move over to the digital space, I would suggest the digital marketing advanced diploma. If you're going for something that's the traditional sense in terms of marketing from a traditional point of view, I would suggest the BCom marketing. So they both kind of are heavyweights within their own areas, right? So it all depends on, firstly, your current experience, what your current, what you do for a living, and also what you're aspiring to be at a later stage. So we can unpack that further for you, Shabar. If you reach out to us, we can basically explain in depth the difference between the 2 programs based on your fit in where you see yourself in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever the case might be. We'll be happy to answer that for you. Placements. Do we assist with any placements by any chance? That's the most frequently asked question. But thank you for asking that. So we don't do placements. once you are a part of the Red and Yellow family and you're part of our alumni, you will be a part of what we call our alumni network. And we have an extensive alumni network. So Red and Yellow has amazing relationships with a lot of companies, a lot of agencies throughout South Africa and even globally. So these individuals, on occasion come to us and look for certain types of individuals. If an individual that passed or done in our programs fits the profile of a specific company or one of our partners, we will then present that individual's information to the company and they'll take it from there. So we do have a network. We're quite excited and passionate about linking people and, making connections. It's what we're about. So no placements, but, should you be looking for opportunity or should you have an opportunity, reach out to Red and Yellow. We have a talent department that's there to kind of assist and make those connections.
I think, Steph, if you don't mind muting quick.
Sure.
I think really just to add to that is one of the more important components to this is we've developed what we refer to as RNY Connect or Red and Yellow Connect, which is the connection between individuals that have completed and are busy with Red and Yellow programs. So as somebody that is signed up for a program who has completed and is deemed as one of our alumni, either through a qualification or a short course, you would have the ability to engage and register on Red and Yellow Connect. So anytime we have industry or organizations reaching out to us to say, hey, I have this vacancy, I'm looking for somebody that has completed your programs or your qualifications, and we would like specifically for them to apply, because the industry knows how incredibly focused we are at ensuring work-ready graduates and ensuring that you're able to step up without needing too much holding hands. We've done the right job to ensure that you're equipped with the right skill sets per se. And within that, so what we do is on Red and Yellow Connect, you'll have the ability to check that regularly. You can get different notifications about different opportunities that do pop up. If you're in the industry and you're looking to hire somebody, you can also register for that and have your placements posted on Red and Yellow Connect. So it's really this interesting opportunity for us where we've created a Red and Yellow LinkedIn per se, where it allows the industry and our students to connect with each other in a meaningful and impactful way. There's opportunities for things like mentorship. There's opportunities to meet up for coffee chats, all sorts of different things, which are is really designed and focused in connecting industry with individuals that are looking for opportunity, and then the inverse of that is also true. So yeah, I hope that answered the question. But if you have any other questions on how that works, please feel free to reach out.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ashley. What is the cost of the courses in digital marketing? I'll take you through all three. The digital marketing introductory course is 9,900 Rand, and that's over a period of 6 weeks. 6 weeks, yeah, that's right. The digital marketing intermediate course runs over a period of 10 weeks, and that is priced at 16,500 Rand. And then the digital marketing professional course runs over a span of 15 weeks, and that is 24,500 Rand. Of course, we offer payment plans for all of the above mentioned courses. Yeah.
Great. Righty. Seems to be all the questions. Nina, I do see that you raised your hand. If you want to come off mute, feel free to do so and ask your question. Otherwise, all good. Righty. It seems like we're all good. Thanks everybody for the time. We really do appreciate it. Once again, just want to re-highlight, if you do want to get in touch with us, please feel free to use any of the channels. You can reach us on our website. You can start a live chat from there too. You can WhatsApp us or email us on registrations@redandyellow.co.za, or give us a call. We're happy to have a chat, happy to engage with you as much as possible. And we look forward to you starting your journey with Red and Yellow and continuing that journey into incredible opportunities into the future. So thanks again for the time. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful week.